Welcome back to the deep dive. Today we're going to be looking at AI's impact on SEO content.
Yeah. Okay.
Specifically, how it's totally changing how we create article outlines.
Yeah.
You know, we know you guys are all about learning new stuff fast.
Right.
But you also want the whole picture.
Yeah.
So we've dug deep to bring you some really interesting insights. And have you ever wished you could see what Google thinks is important on a page?
Oh, yeah.
Well, it turns out there are tools that can do that.
Wow.
It's pretty amazing.
It's pretty wild how much things have changed. you know, we used to just guess what Google wanted.
Oh, yeah.
Spend hours and hours on it.
Totally.
But now AI can analyze it and tell us.
Yeah, I remember spending so much time just researching keywords.
Right.
And then even more time building outlines. I was never even sure if I was on the right track.
Yeah.
But now we have these tools like
LLMs,
APIs, scraping tools. They just make the whole process so much faster.
And it frees up so much time for us to do the stuff that humans are good at.
Yeah.
You know, telling stories and connecting with people.
So it's not about AI taking over.
No.
It's about AI helping us.
It's like having this whole research team working in the background for you, just constantly churning through data.
Yeah.
Giving you all the best information.
So speaking of the best information.
Okay.
What are the key things we need to think about when we're making these AI-powered outlines?
So there are 3 things that are super important.
Okay.
Summaries.
Okay.
Entities. And top questions.
Okay, cool. Let's break those down. So summaries, what's the deal with summaries?
Well, summaries let us see what's already working out there.
Okay.
You know, if we look at the top results for keywords, we can see how those pages are addressing search intent.
Okay.
What they're talking about.
Right.
And how they're structuring their content.
So it's not just about copying them.
No, it's about figuring out the principles behind it.
Okay.
Why are these pages doing so well?
Oh, okay.
And what can we learn from them?
Got it. So analyze, don't plagiarize.
Exactly.
So what about these entities? Are they just fancy keywords?
They're more than that.
Okay.
Entities are the concepts that Google connects to a topic.
Okay.
So say you're writing about electric vehicles. Some related entities might be battery technology, charging infrastructure, environmental impact.
So it's not just about saying electric vehicles a bunch of times.
No.
It's about weaving in those related concepts that Google thinks are important too.
And here's a great example.
Okay.
We were working with this client in the renewable energy space.
Okay.
At first, their content was all about solar panels.
Right.
But when we looked at the top ranking pages for that topic, we saw that Google was really focused on energy storage.
Oh, interesting.
And smart grids. So we suggested they broaden their content.
To include those things.
Exactly. So they started creating content about home batteries, grid modernization, the role of AI in energy management.
Yeah.
Their traffic went up 40% in 6 months.
Wow, that's amazing.
It just goes to show you how powerful it is.
Yeah.
To understand these entities.
It's like you're speaking Google's language.
Right.
And that brings us to our third key ingredient.
Yes.
Top questions.
Top questions. Remember, Google wants to give people answers. So if we know the top questions people are asking about our topic, we can make sure our content is answering them.
It's like we're giving people what they actually want.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's that.
So we have summaries to see what's working, entities to understand Google's perspective, and top questions to make sure we're meeting our audience's needs.
This is all making so much sense now.
Yeah.
But how do we actually get all this information?
Right.
It sounds like a ton of research.
Well, that's where the AI tools come in.
Okay.
We can use scraping tools to get data from those top pages.
Okay.
Then we can use LLMs like GPT-4 to analyze it.
Okay.
And we can even get it to pull out those top questions.
Hold on. So we can get AI to do all the hard work.
Pretty much.
Tell me more about that.
It's not magic.
Okay.
But it's close. We can train these AI models to find patterns and extract key insights. From tons of data.
Okay.
And then with tools like the Google Cloud Natural Language API, we can kind of see how Google itself figures out what's important on a page.
Wait, so we can see inside Google's brain? How does that even work?
This API looks at the entities on a page and gives them a salience score.
A salience score.
Basically, it tells you how important that entity is to the topic.
Okay.
So if you're looking at a page about sourdough bread, the entity fermentation would probably have a pretty high salience score.
So like if you had a simple sourdough recipe blog post versus like a scientific article about the fermentation process, you can see the difference in those scores.
Exactly. The scientific article would have a way higher score for fermentation.
That's so cool. It's like having a cheat sheet for Google.
Kinda.
Okay, so we've got all this data.
Yeah.
Our summaries, our entities, our top questions. Now what? How do we turn this into an actual outline?
This is where GPT-4 comes in.
Okay.
We can feed it all this information.
Right.
And if we give it the right prompts, it can actually create a detailed outline for us.
So it's like giving a chef a list of ingredients.
Exactly.
And they come up with a whole menu.
Right.
So we're not just copying what's already out there.
No.
We're using AI to help us come up with something new.
It's like having a brainstorming partner.
I like that.
It can help you see connections you might not have seen before.
You know, I was a little hesitant about using AI for outlines at first.
Really?
I thought it'd be too formulaic, you know? But I tried it for a blog post about container gardening. And the outline GPT-4 gave me was actually really creative.
Oh, wow.
It even suggested a whole section on vertical gardening.
That's awesome.
I hadn't even thought of that.
See, that's the thing.
Yeah.
AI can help us think outside the box.
Well, we're still the ones in control.
Of course.
We're adding our own personal touch.
It's all about finding that balance.
Right.
Between data and creativity.
And the best part is, these tools are getting easier to use all the time.
So true.
You don't need to be a coder to use them.
Nope.
There are platforms out there that make it super simple.
Okay.
Good to know. Because I am not a coder.
Well, you don't have to be.
So how much freedom do we have with these AI outlines? Can we change things up if we want to?
Absolutely.
Okay.
The outline is just a starting point.
Right.
You know, the script we talked about earlier.
Yeah.
It actually encourages people to experiment.
Okay, cool.
If you have a great idea that doesn't fit the outline,
go for it.
So we're not just slaves to the AI overlords.
No way.
We're using it to make us better.
It's like having a superpowered research assistant.
I love that.
Helping you unlock your full potential.
It takes the pressure off.
Right.
Like, I don't have to be an SEO expert and a creative genius.
Exactly.
AI can handle the technical stuff, and I can focus on what I'm good at.
Yeah.
Connecting with my audience.
And this is just the beginning.
Wow.
As AI gets better, the possibilities are endless.
That's exciting.
We can expect even more tools to help us personalize our content, optimize for different platforms, and really understand our audience.
So it's an exciting time to be a content creator.
It really is.
But before we get too carried away thinking about the future, let's come back to the present.
Right.
We've got our outline.
We're ready to write.
What are some things to keep in mind as we start writing?
Well, one thing I always tell people is that the principles we talked about,
understanding search intent, leveraging entities, answering top questions. These apply to all kinds of content.
Not just blog posts.
Right. Videos, social media posts,
podcasts,
emails, even.
Wow.
It doesn't matter what you're creating.
Yeah.
These principles will help you connect with your audience.
And with Google.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's amazing how this stuff applies to everything.
It really is.
So we're not just learning how to write better blog posts.
Right.
We're learning how to communicate better online.
Exactly. We're figuring out how people search for information, what they want, and how to give it to them in a way that works.
So let's recap.
Okay.
What have we learned today? We've seen how AI is changing content creation.
Yeah. Especially when it comes to outlines.
With tools like LLMs, APIs.
APIs. We can automate so much of the work.
Yeah, it saves so much time.
And by understanding those key components, summaries, entities, and top questions,
we can create content that people actually want to read.
And that Google loves.
But it's important to remember, AI is just a tool.
A tool.
It's here to help us.
Not replace us.
We're still the creative ones.
Right.
AI can give us a good starting point, but we're the ones who make it great.
So as we wrap up our deep dive today, here's something to think about.
Okay.
How can you use these techniques to take your content to the next level?
Yeah.
How can you use AI to find hidden insights, explore new ideas, and create something truly amazing?
The possibilities are endless.
They really are.
And who knows what AI will be able to do in the future.
It's exciting.
It really is. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive.
We hope you learned a lot.
And that you're feeling inspired.
Go out there and experiment.
Until next time.
Keep learning.
Keep creating.
Keep diving deep.
See ya.